We are on the advanced stand. We're going to talk to Jack shortly about the new Impress 4, kind of where it sits in their range of harnesses.
So the harness is inspired as its base from the Lightness 3.
Yeah.
The actual whole back is very similar to Lightness 3, with the only change being there's an extra strap here.
Yeah.
And that extra strap is to provide not only a little bit more comfort and a little bit more adjustment, but also when you feel that you've got your legs comfortable and your shoulders and back comfortable, you can use this to drop your hips or lift them a little bit just to change the angle. So if you feel that you're comfortable, but you think the angle isn't a little bit right, you use this strap and you can adjust the angle without compromising comfort.
It actually doesn't feel miles off just as it is.
No, it looks really comfortable. Your angle is really good. Then, going from the fact it's based on the lightness, what we've changed there is the fact now you have the option of it being with or without a seat board. So compared to the Lightness 3, which is only a hammock style, you can be flying this with a hammock and without the seat board, or with the seat board. Obviously, there are different characteristics of flying with and without a seat board in terms of sensitivity, etc., authority over weight shift. And then moreover, the next big unique selling point, as it were, is how compact and light it is. So coming in at around 6 kilos, more or less.
Yeah, it's pretty light. And I'm assuming that's for medium, probably.
Exactly, yeah. So behind, it's not coming out. So yeah, it's around 6 kilos. And the biggest thing for us that was really important is that we wanted it to be compact. You see all these other harnesses in the race kind of section, massive. There's rods in the back that can't really be folded, and you need to have one of these huge bags.
Where are the inlets for, is that it there?
One inlet here, so that keeps it inflated. It inflates around 4 or 5 seconds after takeoff. But that's the big point.
That's pretty similar to most other comp harnesses, isn't it? Yeah, it's very comfy.
What's really cool about the harness as well, and another feature that we've taken from other harnesses except the lightness, is that in the side here we have the SASTEC protectors. It's a really expensive material to use, but being a premium harness, we wanted to provide really good side crash protection. This also runs above the protector here and runs under your bum and up towards your back.
Okay, cool.
So you've got protection all around pretty much. It's got 2 reserves.
Yeah, I was going to ask, so are those 2 reserves both under the seat, are they? Or is there one to fit in here and then one to go underneath?
They're both under seat reserves, and it's actually one compartment from left to right.
Okay.
But
so the containers sit together?
They sit together, and there is a separating wall. But the great feature about the separating wall is that can be moved. So if you've got one really light rescue on the right, you move the wall to go snug to that one, and you can have a big, more outdated rescue on the other side.
And the windshield is removable by the looks of things?
Yes.
So if you don't want it, you can get rid of it?
Yeah. The fairing is really beautiful on this harness in particular, because if we look inside, you can see that quite a lot of engineering has gone into it.
Yeah.
And it has not only the classic bag story of stuff, but it has all the kind of structural integrity of a paraglider almost, which is going to keep it going for years to come, basically.
And have to ask, so why have you gone for the fairing now? Because the Impress 3 didn't have it, and I think Advance had been an advocate previously of not having it and saying it wasn't needed. So why has this now got a fairing?
Well, I think we can't always stick to what's been said in the past, and we have to move with the times. And with the race harnesses coming into fruition like in the last few years, and they've become such a prominent part of racing, we have to move with the times. And especially with the lightness becoming a little bit heavier in the past generations.
So you were mentioning earlier how that's kind of filling the gap.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I think the lightness is now moving over and filling the gap with the Impress. So it's not only covering hike and fly pilots, but it's also covering the everyday cross-country pilot.
So the customers and pilots who were flying the the Impress 3, who wanted to still keep light, can now move on to something like the lightness. And then someone who wants, so this is like almost a new range, but with an Impress, a different name. And is it a built-in 3-step speed bar?
There is,
or 2-step?
Two-step speed bar made out of string. It's actual support for the actual pod is the same as the lightness.
Right, okay.
And then below the harness,
magnets close up on there.
Little magnets close up, and below the harness you also have 3-litre storage capacity just below your knees there.
Right, okay. Yeah, very nice.
Another good thing is that if you remove this, you have more storage in here, like with most harnesses, but also the flight deck is totally removable as well.
It is, so you can carry that to briefings and everything.
Yeah. So you can
Yeah,
keep all your
very
instruments on there. It also has a cover for the instruments.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's
the
it.
size looks good, and I really like this. It's small detail, but having covers. So if you're not using them,
Exactly.
or actually even if you're using them and you've got the cable coming out, you can still
Close it
put
back
something
up.
over the top of it and close it back up.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
So
really
this
like
harness
that.
will be available in 3 different sizes: small, medium, large, of course,
And when will it be available?
hopefully out next year.
Next year.
Sorry, not hopefully. It will be out
Yeah,
next
it will
year.
be out next year. And do you have any idea of price?
I couldn't comment on that just yet. We'd have to run the production
Yeah.
and make the calculations first.
Yeah. Lovely. Thank you very much.
You're more than welcome.
Super. I'll come out and we can do close-ups of the